I could feel the engines throbbing through the joystick. The plane itself skimming the tops of the clouds, throwing down a shadow of our outline. The folds and hollows of the piled cumulonimbus, hiding within their fluffy exterior hail, thunderstorms, bad weather. It's a position I've been in more times than I can remember. The pulsating turbofans of my craft, a comfort. The juddering engines, the pulsating jets, the oscillating power units, all of them at my control. Bing bong! I speak into the cabin intercom, using that practiced drawl. And ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking. Captain, oh Captain. Yes, I know that's my surname and my name is Captain, oh Captain. You could say I was destined for this job. We're about 17 miles from Westbury International. If you look out the port side windows, you'll see a lovely view of the folds and hollows of the piled cumulonimbus. So we should begin our descent at any time soon. Until then, please feel free to be lulled by the pulsating, oscillating, throbbing, juddering of the engines as they soothe us through the sky, you know. I might even sing to you. Don't, the first officer suggested. Cabin crew, prepare for... landing? Yes. Instinctively, I reached out a hand and stroked the top side of the cockpit controls. Bring us home safely, old girl, I whispered. Captain, oh Captain, the first officer, Ben, said. You really are somewhat eccentric. I could feel the engines quaking and gibbering through the controls. Ben, if that is your name, flying is instinctive. It's a relationship between not only the captain and their machine, but also solid metal and the laws of physics. It's like an affirmation of... I say, are you okay? The sweat was rolling down Ben's face. His upper lip was glistening. He stared straight ahead, as if not even noticing the notes, the folds and hollows of the piled cumulonimbus. You see, the quivering engines. All of a sudden, Ben yelled, "Can't you see it? Don't you understand? You're my father!" I was silent for a couple of seconds, but don't try to deny it. You know it's true. I've been waiting years for us to be scheduled on the same flight, just so that I could tell you this. But Brad, we have our pre-landing checklist. It's Ben. Sod the pre-landing checklist. I rose up through the ranks just for this one day, and then the moment I'm with you, Ben let out a sigh, his head silhouetted against the folds and hollows of the piled cumulonimbus clouds. I realised that I can never come between the love you have for an aircraft. I could feel the vibrations and the trundling of the engines through the controls. So your mother must be Sophie, I whispered. That winsome mechanic, whose coquettish charms lit up the engineering hangar all those years ago, resulting in our tryst in the starboard fan cowling assembly. That was 24 years ago. Geez, they're letting you fly planes at 23 years old now? Captain, oh Captain, I mean, Dad. The sun shines brightly on the folds and hollows of the piled cumulonimbus. No time to talk, we've got to concentrate. Let's get this baby on the ground. That's what she said. Brad, Ben. We began our descent. The white fluffy clouds of the cumulonimbus gave way to a deep grey, and the cockpit window was spotted with rain. A slight turbulence flexed our wings as the engines grinded and rattled through the controls. After a while, we were out at the base of the clouds and the runway lights were in view. Every landing, I whisper, as we levelled and lined up, is a controlled calamity. And the runway itself seemed to beckon us in much the same way that Sophie had beckoned me up into the starboard fan-cowling assembly to show me an interesting leak. And then before we knew it, we were down on the ground, wheels touching the runway, reverse thrust applied, throwing us ever so gently into our harnesses. You really only get one shot at this, I tell him. We taxi to the terminal building. You really do, I continue, my mind wandering.